Austin Arias helps students impact their communities, grow personally, and ensure their organizations have a lasting legacy. It's time to ready, set, recruit the next generation of leaders for your chapter. Here is Austin Arias.
Friends, I want to tell you about how I found brotherhood. It's a story that I love to tell, that if anybody asks me, I will gladly share it. And so I'm excited to share it with you today. You see, when I was in graduate school, I got a really incredible opportunity to do a summer internship. And it brought me to Furman University in Greenville, South Carolina. And I got my dream internship. I was going to get to go to a new university and supervise their orientation leaders. I was so excited, but also really nervous. I was a stranger to them. Were they going to like me? Were they going to be like, who's this guy who's now our boss? And also was really curious about what I was going to learn from the experience. But I decided to go into it with an open mind and see what the summer brought me. Once I got to Furman, I was welcomed with open arms. There were so many incredible students who just wanted to get to know me and were so excited about their summer too. They were so academically impressive, smarter than I think I ever could be, but also were so involved and passionate about their leadership on campus. I knew I was in for a treat. Of the orientation leaders, a small subset of them were men, and I noticed that most of them were all from the same fraternity. Now, you may think, oh, well, it's probably a coincidence, or maybe that's just who applied. But there probably was a reason for it too. As I went through training and got to know each of them, it was really exciting to hear their own stories and to see how motivated they were to learn and lead and grow that summer. As I was trying to navigate my own responsibilities, there was one individual who always was there to help me. His name was Cody. You see, Cody is that person on campus that you can't help but love. Not only is he tall and larger than life and a little bit goofy, but he genuinely cares about people. When you see him on campus, you want to say hi to him, and people naturally gravitate towards him. But the best part about Cody was that he really wanted to learn and really wanted to grow. And so any chance that he had to help me out, he was there. Whether it was stuffing folders or it was driving the golf cart to the other end of campus to pick something up, Cody led by example. Cody and I would have late night conversations over cookout trays and milkshakes where he would tell me about his own leadership journey. And through that, he would ask me questions about who I was, what my goals were, what I wanted to accomplish. It was a relationship that I hadn't had with anyone else. When we got to orientation, those very long days, Cody was always front and center. And I got to watch him put his values into action. As a supervisor, I was so proud. But as someone who was very quickly becoming Cody's friend, it felt like something was deeper. It felt like something was different, that he was doing it because of a purpose he had, thanks to his fraternity. That meaningful relationship was one that I couldn't get off my mind when I drove out of the campus later that summer. It was a relationship that I realized was built on so much more. It was a relationship that I wanted to keep for a lifetime. And what I realized was that those values that Cody lived by every single day were the same values I wanted to live by every single day. I realized then that I was ready for a fraternity. So I called up a friend of mine who was advising a chapter back home in Florida. And I said, hey, I had this really incredible experience with the Brothers of Pi Kappa Phi at Furman. And I think I'm ready. He was overjoyed. He knew that this time would come eventually, but he wanted me to find it on my own. And a few months later, I got initiated. What Cody didn't realize was that the relationship that him and I built was more than just because he wanted to get to know someone new. The relationship he built led me to find my fraternal home. That relationship was recruitment. You see, when we focus our recruitment efforts on building genuine relationships with individuals, we are actually able to more effectively grow our organizations and find people who are ready to be a member. Cody met me where I was at. He didn't judge me for who I was. He accepted my identity, and he went the extra mile to make sure that I was comfortable, that I felt like I belonged. And ultimately, that's what we hope for in our organizations. Building a strong relationship is the foundation to our organizations. In Ready, Set, Recruit, we're going to talk about the ways that you could create more relationship-driven, values-based recruitment strategy for your organization. Whether it's on the council level, chapter level, or individual level, we're going to talk about the things that you could do to improve. We're also going to talk about the things that you maybe think are strong and go really well. And I'm going to ask you if those are actually strategic opportunities, or if you're just doing them because of what feels safe or the norm or what we've always done. Now, I'm not going to come in and tell you that we have to strip away every single one of your events and all of your marketing strategies, because some of that stuff works. But there's a way that we could create a strategy that is more sustainable, that is more inclusive, and one that your brothers, sisters, and siblings can all buy into to help your organization's legacy continue for many years to come, even when you're not there anymore. It's going to take some work, but all things that take work are usually worth it in the end. So let me help you figure out that work just a little bit easier. I hope that you're ready, because I am. So let's do it.